Thanks for tuning into the Oklahoman. My name is Kalen Deese, and I'm here today with local country singer Blake Burgess. How's it going, Blake?
Great, how are you today?
Doing fine. Well, I'm so glad to have you in the studio today. I know that you're writing off of your new album, Room at the Top, and you already have another album out that came out in 2016, Light of This World. How does it feel to finally be finished with your second record?
It's great. I like putting it out. The process of making it is a lot of fun, but after a while you're just ready to be done and move on and do the next thing. And I'm really happy with the way the record sounds too. So.
What was like the point whenever you had finished the record, where you did you listen to it all the way, and were you just really satisfied with the way it sounded? Or?
Yeah, we kind of finish everything and then we mix everything, and then I kind of pick how I want each song, how the order is going to go, and how I want each song to go into the next. And once we kind of got to that point where I'd made the track listing and it was like, this is how it's going to go, and we mixed it that way, I was very, very happy with. It just felt good to be like, cool, this is like the final product.
Awesome. And I really love the way that your voice contrasts on this record, because it really kind of goes from sort of the gruff, sort of almost like Tom Waits style over to more of a smooth style.
Yeah.
And I really like that, it shows a lot of versatility in your work.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration for kind of going from the gruff voice to a smoother voice?
I quit smoking.
Oh, wow.
So I quit smoking.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and so I focused on my voice, where I wasn't a natural singer and I had to kind of work at it a lot. And for a long time it was really hard because I smoked so much, and it's been 2.5 years since I quit now, and I work on my voice constantly, and I practice and I push at it, and I try to figure out where my voice is, and I think this record really shows where I've gotten to, and I'm really happy with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so whenever you were working with in that time of your life, do you think that, were you already vocal trained before, or?
No, I took choir in 7th grade, so
Okay.
that was about it. But I'd been in other bands, and I'd done some backup vocals and harmony vocals and stuff, and I'd been in a band called Milk Jr. that was very loud punk kind of band. I just strained my voice all the time. So no, I wasn't trained, but I just listen to a lot of music and I sing along all the time in my car, and I think that's really what I did, and I learned songs and I just try it.
Nice.
Try it till I find it.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. And
Yeah.
honestly, for not having any vocal training, that's really cool. That that's a lot of talent that you have there.
Thank you.
So knowing that you're a country artist, I know that a lot of people like to rope in alternative country, and I'm sure you have your own nomenclature for it. But just with country in general, what is one aspect of it that is really true and dear to your heart?
The relatability. So it's about real people and about real emotions and about real problems in life, and I think that's why I was drawn to it, because I've grown up listening to it, went away from it, kind of came back, and I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. But it's just it resonates with me internally, where I feel like I could be that person in those songs, and that's a really cool feeling, and I like writing in that kind of way.
And a lot of the songs that you write are very self-reflective.
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself, so I write self-reflective songs, and a lot of times call myself out within my own music. And I don't even realize I do it sometimes until I've written it, and then I think about it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is me.
Do you find that helps the performing in front of people? Do you think that being just open and honest is a way of letting your nerves down? And
Sometimes, yeah, because sometimes it's very nerve-wracking to be like, oh God, this is such an open, honest thing about me, and it feels weird to share that with a bunch of strangers maybe, or even just friends that are there. But it feels good to do it after you're done. It's you do it, you're like, wow, I feel a release and a cathartic kind of release from this. And yeah.
That's cool. That's so cool. Well, as far as local contemporaries, whether they're in the same vein as you or whether they're just completely different artists, who are some contemporaries that you really like around the area?
Yeah, I've got a ton of them. My friend Maddie Rizuk, she's amazing. She's in
Pigments.
Yeah, she's in Pigments and Lust, and her own solo stuff is incredible. Gabriel Hancock, he put out a record earlier this year, and it's amazing. My friend Tim Buchanan, who I was in Cherry Death with, he has a new record out, and he's on tour right now. Samantha Crane and Carly Gwynn, who I'm going to be playing with in a couple of weeks.
They're an exciting show.
It's going to be great. They're both incredible live, and Sam's going to play full band, which is a treat for all of us. And
oh, really?
Yeah. So
I've never seen her with full band.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite things that's going to be happening soon. So, and I get to play it. So
it's an honor.
Yeah.
So, do you think, as far as Oklahoma country goes, do you think it's going through a transformation right now? Do you think that there's like more experimentation, both vocally and like instrumentally, that's happening?
Yeah.
Not just within your own work, but just in general.
I feel like in some smaller parts of it, yes. I don't listen to a whole lot of there's a lot of Tulsa country, I feel like, and I listen to some of it, but I'm not big on the scene. I'm not from there, so I'm not very well versed in what they do. But as far as here, two of the people I mentioned, Gabriel Hancock and Tim Buchanan, both have this kind of weird outsider country vibe. They're both very like songwriters. Like they write these real true songs that have depth and meaning to them that are these country flavored kind of things. Especially Tim's record. It's very steeped in like the country tradition, which is cool.
Very cool. I'll have to check out Tim. I haven't heard him.
Yeah.
So if you could have any voice of one of your idols, who would that be?
One of my idols. Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
Yeah, he's like one of my favorite songwriters of all time, and he has such a unique voice. I'd say him and Bob Dylan as well, because
combination of the two.
Yeah, you just know who they are when they start singing. You're like, that's Bob Dylan, or you know that's Tom Petty. Like, it's distinct. It's cool. It's weird. Like they don't have songwriter or singer voices. You know, they're weird guys that write amazing songs, and they have these kind of weird nasally voices, but they just sound so incredible.
I've always loved Bob's music because it feels like it's trotting along.
Yeah.
And you feel like sometimes it's halfway singing.
Yeah.
But it keeps your interest the whole time.
He put out that record, Blood on the Tracks, 74, 75, and then he put out recently a bootleg version of it where it's more blood, more tracks, and it's different versions of those same songs.
Wow.
And it's a really interesting listen because it's the same song, but he tries out different feels to it, and like it's just really cool to hear how he got to his final product. I love that part.
And so whenever you're performing, do you ever like to shift up some of like the recorded tracks from the live version?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I haven't played the same show in the last couple of years. It's like every show I play is either I'll play with a full band or I'll do a duo thing or I do a solo thing, but each time I try to change it up a little bit. I can play just acoustic or I'll play with an electric guitar with some weird effects and stuff on it and just try it out and switch up the structure of the songs a little bit, just as far as like speed and timing and how I'm singing it and the phrasing of stuff. It just keeps the song fresh for me.
That's really cool. Yeah, I like whenever the like live performances can just, transpire like whatever the recorded version was.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, you want to talk a little bit about the Samantha Crane and the Carly Gwynn and the Sin show that's coming up on July 27th?
Yeah. So it's an EP release show also for my new EP that'll be coming out. Show starts at 9. It's all ages, which is really cool. We're very adamant about doing that kind of stuff. We want everybody to be able to come to it. It's going to be a killer night. We're going to have a cool stage setup. I'm going to be playing full band. I think Carly's playing full band. Samantha's playing full band. It's just going to be a show for the ages.
For all ages.
Yeah, for all ages. Yeah. And the Opolis is like one of my favorite venues around, so it's always a treat to get to play there.
Oh yeah, I love Andy, the owners. And
yeah, Andy and Marion, they're amazing. Yeah, they're incredible, and their punch is delicious.
Yeah, and their music is really great too.
Amp. Yeah, I saw them at Norm Music Fest this year, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so loud, but their stage setup and the way their songs work are really, really a treat to see.
Yeah, I was just blown away by their work.
Yeah.
So if you have some time now, I actually kind of wanted to play a game called One or the Other.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have it here on my phone, so we can just start it. So I'm going to start off, square toe or point toe shoes?
Point toe.
Point toe. Denim or polyester?
Denim.
Texas beer or Oklahoma beer?
Texas beer.
You traitor.
I know. I'm from Oklahoma too.
I agree with that. Norman country or Stillwater country?
Tough. Norman country. Yeah.
Diamond Ballroom or Kane's Ballroom?
Kane's Ballroom. Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up going to Diamond Ballroom as a kid. My dad would take us to the honky-tonk stuff there, but Kane's Ballroom's incredible. It sounds amazing.
What was your favorite show from that childhood?
I have no idea. I don't remember like any of like the names. It was always I think they did like nights where they do like a honky-tonk night and they'd be like square dancing and stuff, so it was just like a house band playing. So I don't remember who played.
Their lineup is always super interesting because they always go from like metal to country.
Yeah. They switch around.
And then sometimes they'll have like Def Evan there or something.
Yeah, something crazy. Or Taking Back Sunday. I saw them there one time.
Yeah. Okay, and lastly, Fender or Gibson?
That's such a tough choice because I have both. Fender for electric, Gibson for acoustic. That's my like halfway answer.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in today to the Oklahoman. And remember that Blake's show is happening on Saturday, July 27th at Opolis around 9 p.m. So come on out and enjoy the show.